Welcome, welcome, welcome. It is another live edition of The Extra Point. We got Tasha T. Sizzle in the middle, Hollywood Square. We got Mr. Brandon B. Lewis on deck. We got a ton to talk about today. I am particularly nervous about this show, so I pray. Look at me trying to butter up already.
Okay.
So I just want to say that Brandon, you look rested and spry this morning, and Tasha, you're just glowing. You look beautiful. Y'all look fantastic. Can I just start the show by saying that?
Well, we appreciate it after being gone for 2 days.
All right. Now, we have a ton to get into today, lots to unpack as we do each and every Saturday. But first, a word from our sponsor.
We are sponsored by May Jane's Coffee. That's MAEJANES coffee.com. You can get your Colombian, your Honduran, and your Brazilian blend coffee, freshly ground or not, by my lovely daughter, Sasha Denise. If you're following her on Facebook, she is Denise. And you can follow May Jane's Coffee on Instagram, and it is May Jane's Coffee. Again, please support my lovely daughter. She has a total relaunch of her coffee company happening. I think the dates are May 17th. If you are in the Nashville area, you can purchase those tickets. And if you don't want to purchase the tickets, just maybe throw a little money by buying some coffee or a t-shirt or a mug. Just support her. She's young, she's Black, she's intelligent, and she's doing something positive. She's staying off of the pole.
Wow. And we're off and running, ladies and gentlemen. Shout out to our sponsor, Denise, and May Jane's Coffee. Make sure that if you're not in the Nashville area, then you can order online. And we will post her website in just a moment. And that's May 14th.
May 14th.
That it'll be going down. So we encourage everyone to make sure you attend. And if not, monetary donations are always welcome. Huge shout out to our sponsor. Now, ladies and gentlemen, it's a lot going on this weekend. We are at the end of the regular season in the NBA. There, as much as I hate to say it, LeBron James and his lowly Lakers are not in it. After 4 months of holding the crown, of talking cash money, you know what, to my Steam panel, which I did say looked beautiful today, by the way. Let's make sure we get that on record.
That ain't gonna lighten that ass whooping you give me.
Tasha, Brandon, my team is out of the play-in tournament. What happened? Now's your time to take your victory lap. We'll start with you, Tasha. Go ahead, get your pound of flesh. It's your day.
Well, I'll be back. I got to do my lap real fast.
No, so she gonna run a little victory lap. This is cold-blooded. I am a man in pain today, and she is running a victory lap. Tasha, on a scale of 1 to 10, how colossal was this meltdown by the Lakers? Is this one of the worst of all time?
It's not the worst for me because I knew it was going to happen. I mean, I knew it was going to happen. It's all you LeBron stans and you Lakers stans who just, you don't want to accept reality. And I told you that's even like with my 49ers. When I know my 49ers are bad, and we have been bad, when we do something good is when I run my mouth. You guys want to run your mouth when you know your team ain't worth a damn. Ain't worth a damn. He got everything he wanted. He got everybody he wanted. And you heard what Magic said on air. Magic didn't bite. MJ didn't bite his tongue. Now, remember I told you I looked something up because, you know, people, this is something I'm just going to go ahead and admit. Let me come close.
Come close.
I usually don't do research for this show. I just say whatever the hell I want to say. I'm just going to go on and get that out there. But I looked something up. I even wrote it down. I got some notes.
Oh, no.
Magic Johnson had a 96 Lakers team when he came back from his diagnosis that had Elvin Campbell, old James Alger Worthy, a Byron Scott, and a first, second year Vlade Divac. They finished second. Now, you may want to go check that because I just wrote some names down. That's what he had on that team. LeBron got Westbrook. Yeah, I said it. Miss Nina. I'm sorry, Miss Nina. You right here. Miss Nina. You got the unibrow who I was never sold on.
That's true. Check the tapes. That's true. She calls him what?
Street clothes.
And yeah, that's what we pretty much see out of Anthony Davis. This is brutal.
LeBron has turned into asphalt linen.
Oh, wait a minute. We got a new nickname from a Facebook user. How about Bubbly Wrap AD? What is this Bubble Wrap? Can you imagine him popping in the box?
Right. You had Carmelo Anthony,
future Hall of Famer,
who was pulling a glove and a mailman trying to chase a team for a ring. You got everything and everybody. You GM LeBron, you and the Rich Paul All-Stars, and you failed. And I knew it was going to happen.
Well, how did you know it was going to happen, Tasha? Like what did you see that I didn't see?
Look at the roster of players that are there. And then you have a LeBron who, now, I mean, I joke with everyone about LeBron James. LeBron is a hell of a player. LeBron is one of the best to ever do it. Don't put that damn crown on. Get all back. I'll take it.
A king, maybe. Okay, keep going.
LeBron's career, especially this season, has turned into what he is not. He's too busy trying to chase, I think at this point, Kareem's record. He wants to be the all-time leading scorer. Let's be truthful. No, that's a stat we really, really don't care about in the realm of stats. We do because it was Cap. It was Kareem did it. We was like, yeah, and who's going to get here? LeBron is doing, like Sasha said, there's no iron team. LeBron is making it the team about him because he knows now I got a bunch of busters together and it's my fault. So now I have to go out here and score 50, 40, and 50 a night just so we can stay relevant.
This hurts. Oh my gosh.
Okay,
Tasha. You know how the referee does this when the boxer can't box back and he waves his arms and calls the fight? I'm laying on the ropes, Tasha. Okay, wait a minute.
Wait a minute. I got you in the corner. I'm almost done. It's almost the bell. They almost finna ding, ding, ding. I'm gonna give you a standing.
I'm getting woozy over here, Brandon. Help me out here.
And then you go to the list. Everyone wants to say he's the best. And you go on the list of the Lakers. He ain't even the top in the Lakers lore. I still think people, like I said, I love Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. People slept on Kareem. Of course, Kareem's greatest years were when he was Lou Alcindor, when he was playing in Milwaukee. When he got to the Lakers, it was, showtime. Kareem had a lot around him, but Kareem was aging. Kareem was old, but he was still out there performing because he had people around him. LeBron put the wrong people around him, and it's nobody's fault but his.
Y'all, this is as bad as I thought it was going to be. Brandon, is this the worst underachieving team that you've seen since you've been watching sports? On a scale of 1 to 10, how bad was this meltdown?
This is a 10 because I'm going to start off with this.
Uh-oh.
My San Antonio Spurs, we don't chase stars. We build stars. That's why we have the championships that we have. Lakers, the new Lakers, I'm going to put it that way. The new Lakers, it's all about getting all our friends out in the neighborhood playing ball and stuff. But look where it had brought them. They're at home.
What I call the no time Lakers. Ain't no more showtime. It's no time.
They getting ready to go to the LA Rams practice.
Did y'all hear that?
That was me trying to sabotage the show just then.
Oh, okay. I thought it was me.
You don't want to hear the truth. But let's break down the San Antonio Spurs roster. You got Keita Bates-Diop. Who is that? You got Devontae Cock, whatever his last name, Kakak.
Was he in Chelsea?
Kakak.
You got Zach Collins, who's a good basketball player, but he can't stay healthy.
Saved by the bell. Yeah, I remember Zach.
You got Keldon Johnson, Trey Jones, Jock Landale, Romeo Langford, Doug McDermott, DeJounte Murray, Jakob Portal, Joshua Primo.
We get it,
Josh
Brandon.
Richardson.
We
Do
get
you
it,
hear?
Brandon.
Do you hear a superstar? Do you hear an I, or do you hear a team?
I hear Coach Popovich is the greatest coach of all time. That's what I hear.
Of course. So my point to all this is, like I say, the Spurs, we don't go out and chase stars. We're in it because we build stars. We might not have a winning record, but we're on the way.
You're in the
Lakers,
play at least?
Oh, of course. But we're trying to get back to those top six. You know, for the longest, we was like in the number one spot.
Now, Brandon, one second, Brandon. Because on the extra point, when you're in the booth, you have to tell the truth. I just want to expand on something that you just said. You said that the Spurs don't chase stars, they build stars. They built homegrown David Robinson, homegrown Tim Duncan, homegrown Tony Parker, homegrown Kawhi, who was on his way before he forced his way out of there.
Yep.
And even DeJounte Murray, homegrown. Like, I just want to put some receipts behind your groceries. That's all.
Oh, absolutely. So, I mean, the Lakers, you know, that's their problem.
Wait a minute, LeBrania, come on, Michael Harris, LeBrania. What is this?
It's just like I say, I'm gonna go back. It's too many egos in LA. When you have all these players who think they're the superstar, it's not gonna work. When have you ever seen a team work together when everybody want to put in their input and they're arguing? Oh no, it's gonna work this way. They're not agreeing. That's why the chemistry is not working in LA.
I think that's one thing that you was worried about with Westbrook too, right, Tasha? Like, how's he going to come in under the thumb of LeBron when he marches by the beat of his own drum and has, even when KD was in OKC, he ran KD out of there because he didn't want to come off the ball. I foolishly thought that would be a great move. Of course, I was wrong. And to double down on what Brandon said about the Spurs being in and the Lakers haven't, do you realize that the Clippers are in the play-in tournament? They didn't have Kawhi Leonard for the entire year, and Paul George was out for 3 months.
And their record's sitting at 40-40.
That is unacceptable, Lakers. Oh my God.
We're just proving my point. We're proving my point all the way around. You don't need superstars to win a championship fully. You don't need it.
Right. Now, Ray Ladd, that's my brother right there. That's my brother, fisherman extraordinaire. He said there's only one superstar in LA, and that's LeBron James. And speaking of that, I'm glad you said that, Ray, because I wanted to offer an apology to one LeBron Ramon James Jr. And I just beg of you, I beseech you to please just hear me out while we give the king his proper apology. All right, let me clear my throat. Not that clear my throat, more like a somber clear my throat. All right. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't even get LeBron in the play-in. Let me repeat this as I continue. All the king's horses and all the king's men couldn't even get LeBron in the play-in. So on behalf of Tasha T. Sizzle, Brandon Lewis, the Bus family, Magic Johnson, GM Rob Pelinka, your teammates, the lady that fries chicken at the game, the kids that sell the popcorn, and even the damn Laker girls. All of you. On behalf of all of them, LeBron, I want to offer you a heartfelt apology. At 37 years of age, you gave that city and that franchise 30 points, 8 rebounds, and 6 assists a game. MVP numbers for an MVP king. And how do they repay you? By stinking up the joint. That's how they repaid you, by stinking up the joint. Your franchise failed you, LeBron. They wasted an MVP caliber season and they are unworthy of your greatness. Now, LeBron, there are plenty of teams out there that will respect this crown and put you right back on your throne atop the NBA. But you got to choose wisely this summer, LeBron. Go to the Spurs.
It definitely will not be the Spurs. We don't need that ego in San Antonio.
Go to get the hell out of there, LeBron. Listen to me. Get that. Now, That's
putting
why
up all these numbers, as you like to say, but the one number that counts is the 32 out of first place that they are in the Western Conference. He couldn't put that up. Hey, Steve.
how are you 20 games under 500 when your best player averaged 38-6?
I didn't told you. I answered it already. I told you that. Egos.
The one Facebook user says LeBron's 30 points a game are like eating empty calories, worthless. And that's because Anthony Davis and Russell Westbrook, they failed you, LeBron. Rob Pelinka should have told you no on the Westbrook trade. How many times did Michael Jordan go to Jerry Krause wanting this player and that player, and Jerry Krause said, no, we're taking the player that we're taking, and the GM was right every time. And he went on to win 6 championships in 8 years. Yes, he did. Rob Pelinka, you could have said no.
Right. It goes back
you could have said no, but
it goes back to the front office. My thing is they want to get rid of Frank Vogel.
Frank Vogel, you failed LeBron. You were supposed to put hands on Westbrook. You were supposed to fight Westbrook in the locker room. You were supposed to change the kid. You just sat back there.
You know what?
And you wouldn't pull out your belt and whoop a soul.
This is sad to see you go out like this.
Oh no!
Over something that you knew was gonna happen. It's sad that you're acting this way. I expected more from you because you knew this was gonna happen. You knew it.
Where's my team? There we go, Stiana. God bless you. She's still Team LeBron. Is there anybody out there with me who's still riding with the King? The King was set up to fail this year. It was sabotage of
it's self-sabotage. He did it himself. It's Romeo and Juliet. It's Romeo and Juliet. The Capulets and the Montagues. He took that poison himself. He did it.
And look at his previous teams that he played on and he won championships. He didn't really have that many stars as he do here. The whole team is stars.
Brandon, you don't already hit me in the eye.
It stars.
In Miami, Chris, let's put it out there. Chris Bosh was okay when he was in Toronto. Chris Bosh did not come a bona fide star until LeBron got there. So you can't say that he was a star. The only star he had was Dwayne Wade.
The only star you need is LeBron James. All you need is the role
Obviously not. Obviously, he should have gave some of those points to those win columns. So
can I give you 2 years?
Phoenix.
Let me give you 2 years. 2007, 2014. All I gotta say, drop the mic.
You didn't have to do that, Brandon.
All I gotta say.
And he says, who do we have winning it all, or is it too early to tell? My early prediction, and we're going to do our official playoff preview next Saturday when the playoffs get started. But Denise, our lovely sponsor, I'm going to just go out on a limb and just say the 2 teams that met last year, I think they're on the collision course again, and that's Phoenix and Milwaukee. Any thoughts on early thoughts on who may take it all, Brandon?
Right.
I guess we have to see the final matchups as well. Tasha, any thoughts on that?
Yeah, I was kind of inclined to lead towards Milwaukee because I just don't trust Miami, even though they are leading.
No, I don't either.
I don't trust them. Who's third? Boston. I think Boston is third, and
they're legit. I think they're legit.
But if I got to choose between a Milwaukee and a Boston, I'm gonna have to go with Milwaukee.
Now we have an interesting take here. LeBron to the Mavs. He can spend his golden years being Luka's wingman. Hey, come on! If he comes to Dallas, y'all,
you getting season tickets.
I'm gonna get arrested. I'm gonna get a restraining order put on me because I'm gonna be one of the King's horsemen.
Don't worry, because he won't play.
That ain't gonna happen. That ain't the market he want to be in. That's not his market. He's where he want to be, and that's LA.
Michael says he got what he wanted and needs to blame himself. He wanted Westbrook. He should have gotten DeRozan. Michael, who asked you? Didn't nobody ask you to come on here making sense today?
He should have got Buddy Hield. I kept saying Buddy Hield.
Nobody asked you to make sense today, Michael Harris.
Buddy Hield was right up the road in Sacramento.
This will be an interesting finals. Mavs Celtics. As one person chimed in. That was a great game on ABC the other day. That was a great game. You don't see that happening. They got to get through my Grizzlies first. So with LeBron, and then we can table him when the playoffs start next week. But my last question for LeBron for now. Scale of 1 to 10. Tasha, your confidence that he re-signs with the Lakers this offseason. He's got an extension due.
Oh, it's a 10. He's gone. Where's he gonna go? He's coming back.
You know what? Now I got it. Now I know why we had to apologize to LeBron. They sabotaged him to drive down his value so he would have to resign with the Lakers and break Kareem's record in the purple and gold. That's what it was. Because of LeBron in the finals, you know he get to picking and choosing. He'll leave. So, Brandon, I want you to enjoy the play-in tournament that we're about to get into now. And I'm wishing all your teams luck. Because next year, LeBron is going to make that move. Ooh, he's going to make that move. Go to San Antonio. I like Coach Pop.
No, next thing you know, he probably
pieces. Y'all got some real shooters.
No, we don't need him there. Next thing you know, he's probably gonna be at Sierra Canyon High School coaching.
Right. They're gonna try to play with Bronny.
Yep.
No, Michael says LeBron going to Golden State. No, don't do that, LeBron.
Definitely ain't happening. That definitely ain't happening.
Don't do that, LeBron.
No,
please, Lord Jesus, don't, because that's gonna kill your legacy. He's resigning to do Space Jam 3. Oh no, this is too much. I got to get out of this segment. Y'all are killing me today. LeBron, you see what you did? Okay, I hope you two are enjoying this because I'm in agony over here. All right, let's move on. Now, thank God the MVP ballots. Ooh, give us something else to talk about for a second. The MVP ballots are due on Monday. Now, as trusted members of the sports media, you two have a ballot. Now, the top three right now, according to ESPN and NBA.com, are Joel Embiid, Nikola Jokic, and Giannis Antetokounmpo. Now, let's throw some numbers out there for those who may not have been following all year. Joel Embiid, he's averaging 30 points, 11 rebounds, and 4 assists a game, having a career year. He's been healthy all year for the first time in forever. He's gotten his team to the top of the Eastern Conference with no Ben Simmons and really no James Harden. We'll get into him next week. You have Nikola Jokic, who just once again just continues to just dominate night in and night out. He's averaging 27, 14, and 8. Woo, that's pretty good with no Jamal Murray, no Kevin Porter Jr. So he's doing his thing there. And then Giannis, he seems like he's the forgotten man after winning 2 MVPs in a row. He's only averaging 30, 11, and 6, and he saves his best performances for the big dogs, the KDs, the LeBrons. Whenever he faces another quote-unquote legend, he gives them work, 40, 50 points. Who is your MVP this year? Tasha T. Sizzle.
You know, I usually always bet on black. But this year, I got to go with my European, as my little brother used to say, European brother. Nikola.
Tasha, I just watched them play the Grizzlies, Thursday night? He had 27. He had basically a triple-double at the half. I was watching like, can anybody stop this guy?
No, Nikola is, I think he's, what they say, top 10 in all the major categories or something.
All of them.
Something like that.
All of them.
He's playing without, is it Murray?
Yep. No Porter Jr.
And he's playing without Murray and Porter in Denver. And bringing those numbers in. I was a strong pull for Joel Embiid at the beginning of the season.
I was too.
Because he was just playing phenomenal. But I mean, it's almost kind of like a what have you done for me lately time now. And he's really, and the thing is, no one is promoting him. Denver's not promoting him. He's not promoting himself. He's kind of like, Kawhi Leonard with that, where Kawhi just quiet, you don't see him. He's not doing anything. Just think if he had just a little bit of promotion.
Tasha, you just segued me because I wanted to come to you with this question, Brandon, and Tasha just said it right up above the rim for you to dunk it in. Now, just this week, speaking of promoting, Joel Embiid went on a rant after one of his games saying, I guess that the league hates me. I don't know what else I'll have to do to be MVP. Basically trying to do a passive-aggressive manipulation of the media to say, hey, y'all must not like me because I'm in Philly. Y'all don't like me. That's why y'all not voting for me. Are you a fan of NBA players lobbying for awards?
No, because awards, last time I checked, are earned.
Woo!
Last time I checked, you go in and you just keep your mouth shut, do the talking on the court. That's all you have.
Does that hurt Embiid's chances to win MVP in your vote?
Yeah, I agree because it's an earned award. Yeah, sports nowadays is a totally different, thing nowadays. But sometimes you got to keep your mouth shut and just go out there and play. You don't hear about Jokic. The only thing you heard about when he was about to beat up somebody.
Right.
That's the last time we heard about him.
Right. He was going to put hands on that Morris twin.
Yeah.
And if you remember, and what happened, his brothers.
We haven't seen them since. We haven't seen the Morris twins since. They ain't
witness protection. They ain't said nothing.
Exactly. So yeah, I mean, sometimes you just be quiet. Go out there and just play. That's all you got to do.
So who's your vote going to, Brandon?
I got to go with Jokic. Like, the dude is unbelievable. Like, he put 41 points on us the other night.
Yeah, but tell the whole story. In a 20-point loss to the Spurs that knocked out my team, the Lakers.
Yeah.
I was watching that game because I needed y'all to lose, damn it. I just knew Denver was going to beat y'all.
See, and that's another thing. That goes back to that. You know, we don't have just one person doing it all. We got like 3 players putting up double digits.
Yeah, and you have a great system, and your team plays like a team. And we're going to get to that in just a second. So we got 2 for Jokic. I'm rooting for Embiid to get it, but the whining did kind of knock him down a peg for me. I think for Giannis to do it, to win a third, he'd have to average 50. Like, we've seen and done him for 2 straight MVPs. Mm-hmm. I think Jokic, for what he's doing in a tough Western Conference without his 2 best players alongside him, it's pretty remarkable. So you all have talked me into that because I was Team Giannis until I heard y'all's opinions on that. So good job by y'all. Now, the play-in tournament that will not include the King starts on Tuesday. And if for those who are not familiar with how the play-in tournament works, here's how it works. The 7th seed and the 8th seed in each conference play each other. The winner of that game earns the 7th seed. The 9 seed and the 10 seed play each other in an elimination game. Whoever wins the 9-10 game plays the loser of the 7-8 game, and they get the 8th seed. So, all right, breaker 1-2. So with that being the case, I want to get y'all's predictions on how this tournament is going to shake out. Tasha, we're going to start with you. On the 7-8 matchups. In the West, we have Minnesota versus the Los Angeles Clippers. Who moves on for the 7th seed in that game?
First of all, let me say this. This play-in tournament is stupid. If you want to revamp and really make people work, take the top 16 out of both and just mix them. So, number one, it's stupid. If I'm in the 7th spot, why should I have to play to get in its 8 slots?
That's a good question, especially if you're more than a game ahead of the 8th team. Like, how can they just jump you after one game if you got a 3 or 4 game lead on them?
It ain't my fault.
Agree with that. That's silly.
It ain't my fault you went out here and tried to grab people to make a team and finish the left. Oh, I'm sorry, wrong.
No. We're done with
you was on the wrong debate. It's okay. It's okay.
We're done with that.
I digress. But I would take if Karl Anthony Towns shows up.
That's a big if.
Because we know the brother is soft as dime stove cotton. So, I'm sorry. I'm sorry.
Lord Jesus help us.
I'm sorry. I mean, he backs down when he needs to be standing up.
Says Jimmy Butler. That's what Jimmy Butler said. And
you think if he was a little bit more aggressive, Minnesota probably wouldn't be in the situation that they are. Because a player
they have the talent to be better than 7. Yeah.
Yes. And it all is on his shoulders because he's a very, very good basketball player. He's just too timid. He needs to go out there and be mean. But I'm going to give the nod to Minnesota simply because the Clippers they're missing a lot right now.
They are. Brandon, who do you have taking the 7th seed in the West, Minnesota or the Clippers?
I'm going with Minnesota. It's just the roster that the Clippers have. You know, they shouldn't be a 40-40 team. They should be higher than that. But you got a young, hungry Minnesota team.
That Anthony Edwards is a monster.
Yes.
They don't get on TV nearly enough, but he is a bucket, and Karl Anthony Towns has always been a bucket. He just hadn't been very tough or defensively motivated to even be a force on defense. He can be Rudy Gobert, like he has the size and the athleticism. Yeah. He just chooses not to. Now in the 9-10 game in the West, we have the New Orleans Pelicans and the San Antonio Spurs. Brandon, let's come to you first. Your Spurs in an elimination game. Do they live on to play another game on Wednesday?
Yes. This is a division game for us. Last time we played them, they smoked us, but I think we got it. When it comes all to, and DeJounte Murray, if I'm not mistaken, didn't play that game. When he's on the court, it's a different dynamic.
He's a problem. Tasha,
Yes.
who wins the elimination game? Who moves on between the Pelicans and the Spurs?
I'm going to go for the Spurs because I just can't see Pop going out like that. It's bad enough. He's in the standings like as low as he is, but he is above an 11 seed with a bunch of.
You know what? We've already talked about that, Tasha. Tell them to rewind the tape if they missed y'all.
Homegrown talent or superstars?
I'm just saying the proof is in the pudding. I
don't have anything to say about that. Okay, so for the 8th seed, we have the San Antonio Spurs and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Who wins that game?
Man,
the Timberwolves. I'm gonna have to go. Yeah.
They
just got more talent.
Yeah, they do, and we're still building our team. We're still trying to fix the missing pieces that we need. But I mean, that doesn't say what's going to happen in a few years.
Look out for the Spurs because the way they play coming down the stretch in a one-game format, I don't trust Karl Anthony Towns. Now, if they make it out of the playoffs, they're a great matchup for Memphis because they fared well against Memphis this year, one of the few teams that did. I'm hoping that anybody but Minnesota comes out for that 7th seed. But if they're the 8, I'm okay with that because we get to avoid them. They're just as athletic as us, and they've been a problem. Watch out for San Antonio. I think San Antonio might pull a stunner and be number 8. Now, in the East, we have 7th seed Brooklyn. Oh, this is going to be a good one. 7th seed Brooklyn against the 8th seed Cleveland Cavaliers. Both teams are 43 and 38. Tasha, who you got securing the 7th seed?
Is Brooklyn in the house?
Without a doubt. I'm the rapper with clout. Other rappers rap about, hey, oh, sorry. Now, y'all know when you start spitting Biggie, I'm going to go crazy. I'm sorry about that, people. I'm a big Biggie Smalls fan.
I mean, and then just look at Cleveland in the playoffs after their superstar abandoned them in the hunt.
I don't even think they take LeBron back because they done found a man with a job and got 401k. Like, they don't have to keep bouncing back to LeBron no more. They got Evan Mobley, who's going to probably be the rookie of the year. They've got Garland, who is a problem. Kevin Love has redefined his role as a 6th man. He's coming off. They got Lauri Markkanen. He's playing out of his mind. Cleveland has a squad, but you got Brooklyn. Listen, I want to hear you say it because I don't know about Brooklyn.
Brooklyn, especially now since they don't have to go to Toronto, I think that's a good thing because Toronto ain't playing about that jab.
Right, that's a big thing. Brandon, who do you like in this one, Cleveland or Brooklyn?
I got to go with Brooklyn. Just the experience. But Cleveland was hot. I don't know what happened. They were hot.
Kind of faltered toward the end of the season. I think it's after they picked up Rondo because he still had the stench of LA on him. But we're gonna digress on that. Now in the 9-10 game, we have a couple of young superstar point guards with the Atlanta Hawks at number 9 taking on number 10, the LaMelo Ball-led Charlotte Hornets. Who do you like in that one in an elimination game?
What happened to the Hawks? I mean, what?
Trade.
Ever since he did that bow, the Eastern Conference team's been in that.
What Trey DeBarge up there flapping his wings like Nelly in the garden? Like what happened to Trey DeBarge?
Did you just tell Trey to drop down and get his eagle on? I don't know.
He was getting his eagle on. He was like flappy wings. I
don't think he's gonna be doing the eagle. Lord, please, let's move on. Brandon, who you like in this one? You like LaMelo? Or you going with the Hawks?
Where do I live?
Compton is the city that you claim? No.
I'm going with the Norman North alumni. Young.
Oklahoma, how can we be so naive?
No, you didn't see my face. I knew where he was going. He was going straight OU with that one.
I gotta go with Trae Young though. Trae Young, man. I just don't see LaMelo pulling it off. Like
they're too young and too inexperienced. They're too up and down, and they've been horrible. Now I know they beat the Bulls last night, but the Bulls have been on a skid as well.
But a lot of teams, they know they in a tournament. They don't care.
Yeah. Now Chicago is in that position, but now
you need people coming up now. That's
true. Tasha, Xavier Simpson was playing for OKC Thunder the other night. Xavier Simpson from Michigan. So you know they just pulling guys off the street. But he did hit his hook shot. Tasha, who do you like, Atlanta or Charlotte?
I'm gonna go with Atlanta, but you never know. Jordan B done came out and sat on the bench
and messed everything
like this.
He's the worst GM of all. You talk about LeBron being a bad GM. At least LeBron didn't get Frank Kaminsky and what's that guy? They got the podcast now that was started. The Bust. Just got the podcast now to be cussing everybody out. Brown. Kwame Brown. LeBron will never pick a Kwame Brown. So let's get that GOAT debate out.
Kwame Brown? God, I haven't heard that name in forever.
He'll get a Kwame Brown. He just wears his street clothes all the time.
God.
Right. Okay, so you have Brooklyn at the 7, and now for the final 8 seed, it sounds like you both have Cleveland versus Atlanta. Who wins that elimination game?
I'm gonna have to go maybe Cleveland on that one.
I'm rooting for Cleveland this time.
Yeah, I gotta go with Cleveland too, because Trey don't have his arsenal. They all done left. Like
he
Cam
is the Arsenal. Did you see what he did to the Knicks last year?
He had Cam
Reddish. That shoulder got bummed too.
That is true. It's gonna be fascinating. I'm a fan of the play-in tournament because my Grizzlies were bottom dwellers a couple of years ago, and we needed that to propel our team. And it gives me more basketball to watch on a Tuesday and Wednesday night. Systematically, I think they need to change that. If you're the 7th seed and you have more than a 1-game lead, you should be locked in there, and then they figure something else out for number 8.
It's not the recreation league.
Right,
you know,
right. Like
this
turning into a participation trophy league. 10 teams out of a 15-team conference makes the playoffs. That's too many. And the Lakers still didn't get in. Let me keep moving. Now, somebody who did get in is somebody who I'm rooting for, and I think that this is a remarkable story, and that's one Tiger. Mr. Tiger Woods. He is back at the Masters. Ladies and gentlemen, did you know the last time that Tiger Woods swung a golf course in a major tournament? We hadn't even heard of COVID. Think about how long ago that was. COVID wasn't even around the last time Tiger was on the green. He come and by the way, in the meantime, in between time, he just happened to have a near fatal car wreck that almost had his leg amputated. And if you've ever played golf, your legs is just as important to you as your arm is in bowling. You tried to bowl in a sling before? Like what Tiger Woods is doing is remarkable. So he comes off the street, dust off his cleats, and he advances to the weekend rounds of the Masters for Saturday and Sunday. Tasha T. Sizzle, does this still move your needle? Because he's done this before. He's missed time, come back, missed time, come back. Have you lost interest, or is this still a story to you?
Even though Eldrick don't really fool with us, I'm going to always watch Tiger. I don't
she always slip that in, Brandon?
She know them government names.
I'm going to watch Tiger play simply because he's fascinating. He just is, and I thought because he's the guy is like 9 shots off the lead.
Yeah,
9 shots.
He's right there in it. He's
on
right
a
there
peg leg. He's 9 shots behind. And I said, if Tiger wins this, they like to Tiger-proof the courses because the brother is just that.
Right. It was almost like eliminating Duncan back in Lou Alcindor's days.
Right. They're going to get some bulldozers and redo all the greens at Augusta. So, Sasha,
it's going to look like a video game course with the alligator mouth open and all of that good stuff.
So, Sasha, I'm glad you did have your opportunity because my daughter did her grandfather took her to the Masters. For all of you that don't know, Sasha is left-handed. I think my baby can do everything. So
I said, did she meet Tiger? You crazy.
Oh, I thought you said because she beat Tiger.
No, did she meet Tiger?
No.
Because we don't want to see her pop up on one of these documentaries now. That's not good for the James brand.
She the wrong hue, so I don't think that's
Moving on.
I would love for Tiger to win it.
Yes.
Simply because it's Tiger. I want him to win, and then it'll just kind of stick it in the face of who that he beats Jack Nicholson's record. I want him.
Denise, Miss May Jane herself. If you ever come to Texas and you're in the Dallas area, let me know. My golf clubs are about 50 feet away from me in my walk-in closet over here, and we will go and play. I can't find nobody to play no golf down here. I got on my Brandon.
Because she didn't meet him, but
we're gonna talk off wax now because it's time, and I got a couple of courses I go to out here in Plano. So let me know.
I got the gloves, I got the polos. I got the shoes. I'm ready.
Hey, most deals are made where? On the golf course.
Yeah, that's a networking sport. That's why I said I got to learn. It's a networking sport.
He said, and the shake junk. He heard that. The stop right there. See, you can bring up the shake junk, but if I say anything, I'm getting shut down.
I slipped that in and was going to let the conversation keep going.
I'm moving right along when I say something, but you can bring up lemon pepper Lou.
Now, a lot of record deals get signed at the shake joint. But Brandon, I didn't know you played golf, so so my question, I apologize for my question in advance because I didn't know this. So this shows you how live this show really is. I was going to ask you, does your generation still root for Tiger, or is he just some old guy that y'all read about once on ESPN 30 for 30? Does he still move the needle for the 20-year-olds?
I mean, yes, but now it's about Jordan Spieth.
Right.
You got Ricky Fowler. You got Brooks.
Golf.
Yeah, I like Brooks. I do.
I don't think he's a golfer. I think low key, he be like playing baseball or something. That's what he look like, a baseball player. He's that trendy golfer. You know what I mean? And then what's that other guy? SMU alum Bryson DeChambeau.
Is he playing in this one? I thought he was.
He didn't make this one. He was complaining about he got mad about the golf club. Remember that? Don't forget.
Right. Now Denise says Fowler is old though.
Yeah, he old, but
golf is an old man's game. I'm old, Denise. I'm still gonna get out there and putt a little bit.
You still got old Phil walking out there, Phil Mickelson.
That is very true.
And he better watch his back. I don't like him, but even before the days of Tiger, my favorite golfer was the late great Payne Stewart. Remember, he died in that plane crash.
Yep.
I liked it because he wore the.
Y'all bringing the golf to the extra point. I'm loving this right now.
He wore the traditional golf knickers, and I really like. Payne was always the golf pants. If you don't know if you don't
know Payne Stewart,
they're called golf knickers. That's what they're called.
Right. I know, but I was like, you mean trousers? Because
So if you don't know, if you don't know who Payne Stewart is, Google Payne Stewart and his attire. He was always dressed like that when he played.
You can't forget about old Bubba. Watson.
Old Bubba Watson. Bubba Watson.
Ever sober?
Right.
When he was playing,
he's a party boy. Like my barber said last night, Spence, he was like, old Bubba look like one of those frat boys, because he's a diehard Bulldogs fan.
With that athletic legs and a beer belly, we know it's the drinks.
Old Bubba.
But he still walked those 18 holes per day.
That's true. So I will. So it's fascinating. I am so glad that you all will be tuned in because I like Sunday. Just make it to Sunday, Tiger, because there's nothing better than Jim Nantz on a beautiful Sunday in Augusta, Georgia, calling the Masters, and Tiger is in play. Oh, just sign me up for that. Sign me up for that.
And the Waffle House is off the chain. I bet they.
You know what? That went over a lot of people's head, Tasha, but you stop it right now. He's upgraded. Now he got IHOP holes. Now he got.
That Waffle House at Augusta be off the chain during.
Are you talking about you've actually been to that Waffle House? Or you saying Tiger been to that Waffle House? Because we know there's affinity for waffles and women.
I'm just saying in general, the Waffle House that is in Augusta around there is always busy because of the tournament.
No, it's busy because Tiger's known to pick up women from Waffle House, and you ain't never seen a Waffle House that smell like Teen Spirit. Girl, let's go to Waffle House. Tiger's on the 8th hole. He'll be done in an hour.
Tiger's on the green. Let's get dressed.
Now, for Denise, I am wearing my red polo in honor of Tiger making it to Sunday, trying to send some positive vibes out there. Thank you for recognizing Tiger in the red. And my last question for you, too, it's just a fun question. It was something I was just curious about once I heard the menu for this year's Masters. Now, for those that don't know, if you win the Masters this year, next year you get to host the meal. You get to set the menu for the Masters meal the next year. We all remember when Tiger won it the first time, and that guy said, well, I hope we don't have, pork rinds and chicken bones.
Oh, have that fried chicken or whatever it is they eat.
Collard greens. Now, so I wanted to get to y'all some golfers out there, and feel free to put it in the comments. Tasha T. Sizzle, you're the 2022 Masters champion. What's on the menu in 2023?
Ooh, I'm going to have some oxtails.
Keep going. All right.
What's wrong with oxtails?
This ain't gonna be sponsored by May Jane's Coffee. It's gonna be sponsored by high blood pressure medicine. But keep going.
I would have it with some oxtails. I'm gonna have some ackee and some saltfish. That's shouts out to my Jamaican brothers and sisters.
Okay.
That is what I would. That's what I would have.
Okay, Brandon, what would be on your menu if you win this year for next year? What would be on your menu? What would you pick?
I ain't gonna lie to you. I got expensive taste, so I'm gonna go with like a steak, real good steak.
Oh, wait a minute. You going Texas on them? We gonna have that steak
with some asparagus.
Okay.
Some mashed potatoes.
Okay.
And then I kind of want mine to be all around.
Potatoes, that's so Texas.
You know what I mean? But also I'm gonna want my coastal food, like some mahi. Okay. I like to eat good, you know what I mean? If I'm gonna go out there and that's the award, yeah, we're going hard, we're going all the way.
Now Stiana Fernandez said red snapper is gonna be on the menu.
With
Look,
some rice?
I'm gonna keep it good and country, y'all. I win the Masters. Next year we having meatloaf. We having my sister's baked macaroni and cheese and her fried corn. We're gonna have my mama's dressing. We're gonna have we're gonna have broccoli casserole.
Do you want them to play? Like they gonna be
They gonna have ice. Some chocolate cake and bluebell ice cream.
They gonna have the itis so bad.
They're gonna be like this.
There you go. Put some of that in that boy bumper.
They're like the Coder family. We need y'all at the 18 hole.
Right. I have to take off my apron and going out there and playing. They're like, we a man down.
Sucking their teeth and shit and stuff out.
With
they
the
say
two
the Masters suffered the highest scores ever this year because everybody out there half dragging around.
Tiger shoots a 107 and wins his 80th green jacket.
And you don't forget about the peach cobbler. That's what I'm talking about.
Definitely be sleep.
There's going to be a whole lot of golfers going home saying, baby, you ever heard of fried cabbage? I'm going to need you to I'm going to need you to hook it up. Because I was in there like,
oxtails with gravy and rice.
Do you know what that is?
They're going to have a headache. They're going to pass out in the sun with all that salt. Now, what's Mui Mui? What is that, Brandon?
Mahi.
Mahi. Like that.
Golly.
Very.
Mahi. You never had that?
It's fish.
No, I'm from Nashville. I've had hot chicken and southern food.
It's a big old head. Like that head is huge. I discovered that when I went to Destin. I had mahi, yellowfin, tuna, what else? Amberjack, all that. He said, what you say again?
I thought you said muy. I was like,
muy.
I thought that meant good. I didn't know what that was.
When you said, I was like, very, like you. What is he talking about?
Hey, we're going to expose you to some more things. Tasha, we need to help him out. Help a brother out.
Yeah, come on down here. Because down here we get the fish with the head and the eyes and the teeth in it.
No, I don't want my food coming up to me. I'm talking about why you doing me like this?
Look, Brandon, you eat all the meat off of, like the heat clip. You see the head when you turn to the side, the teeth be like this. And then you rip the head open, and that's because the meat up under the gill
right
is so good. That's where the seasoning is, up under those gills, and you just take it and you just rip the mouth open.
Now think about one of the nastiest areas on a human being is this behind the ear area where you got to take that rag and scrub that sweat out, especially here in Texas. I'm not eating nothing behind the ear, nothing.
No, that's what it.
That's where all the dirt. That's where all the dirt is.
When they pull the fish up, they take the seasonings and stuff it and put it there. Steve, I got you when you come down here.
Stiana is adventurous, okay? I'm a country
boy. Also eats any and everything.
See, you got to be adventurous. You got to be outgoing. You got to be open-minded.
I will eat the mugu gapan or whatever it is you said. I'm going to eat the mugu gapan. I'll try it.
Put it this
way, I got to start at the torso.
Brandon, I didn't even tell him what calamari was because he had never had it. I let him eat it first.
We got to talk to your mama.
Look, I was tearing it up, and when she told me what it was, I was like,
and just think, I'm going to show you a photo. You're talking about fried calamari when I eat fresh octopus out of the ocean.
See, I don't even look like it. You can turn that up.
Pulpo, you see the tentacles?
That looks like that looks like a slug on a bed of rice. We know
it's pulpo con autos. It's the best.
Man, you missing out. I'm telling you, you missing out.
I'm glad I've had breakfast already because y'all ruining my appetite.
Stiana, they don't necessarily have red snapper here, but Stiana, they got a fish that is very, very good, Steve.
Brandon, I am not eating a fish with a mohawk. Who is that, Mr. T?
Where's this little gold chain?
Man, you don't know about that? They cool.
Right, Steve, that was a slug on a bed of rice. If you put salt on there, won't be nothing left with the rice.
Whatever. Mi amiga Ramona cocina para mi cumpleaños.
Brandon, do you have any shout outs for today?
Yes, I have a shout out. Shout out to my alma mater again as they're going to the regional finals in soccer.
All right, let's get it done.
Yes, repping the shirt. And also, it's my birthday weekend.
Oh, happy birthday. You got big plans?
It's Monday. I'm going to take it easy. You know what I mean?
Also, y'all's birthdays are a week apart. Okay, awesome. All right. Now, Tasha, any shout outs for you?
Well, I have a serious shout out. I like to give a shout out to the Riley, Paris, and Cook families, who are the family of my ex-husband. They lost their beloved grandmother, Miss Hattie Riley, lost her on Wednesday, and she will be funeralized on Friday. So I'd like to everyone to lift them up in prayer, pray for their strength on the passing of our granny.
And on a serious note like that, we will leave it there. You have the thoughts and prayers of the Extra Point cast and crew. And on that note, go Tiger, go Mui Mui, go Red Snapper, and we'll see y'all next week.
Mue, mue.
Man.
Oh, no. So we gotta go. On that note, we gotta go.
Yeah.